Hello, 皆さん。How do you do? ごきげんよう。
We're back together.
I'm here too. Anyhow, today he's just been to Canada. ちょっとね、カナダに行ってあったんですよ。And he brought three
Can you hold those two up?
kinds of maple syrup. 3種類のメープルシロップをね、持ってきあったので、これの試飲をいたします。We'll have a testing.
So we have golden, amber, and dark. I didn't even know that there were different types.
ゴールドでね、これはアンバーだから琥珀色 and dark だそうです。
I didn't even realize there were different kinds of maple syrup. But there are. It's basically.
Are they made of different trees?
It's basically based. Well, they're all made from the sugar of the sap of the maple tree.
Yeah, they cut that.
But it's based on the time of year.
色が違うのはね、季節が違う時にね、収穫すると色が変わるそうです。
So golden is the first harvest.
これ第一収穫だそうです。ゴールド。
Golden's the first harvest. It's the lightest one.
一番ライトだそうです。
It's the type of thing that you put on your pancakes.
パンケーキとかにかけるのはね、これがそうだそうです。一番ライトなね、フレーバー。
So take your pick.
And then,
either one.
Oh, I see. Let's try the golden first.
We'll do golden first.
じゃあこれね、ゴールドなんです。
Down the hatch.
はい。じゃあ乾杯。
This one's the sweetest of the.
これ一番甘いそうです。Oh yeah, I can tell that sort of thing that
the sugar's really strong.
Used to pancake flavor.
Cool. That's golden. Amber is
とても甘かった。
harvested later in the season.
When is the season? いつがそのシーズン
Don't really know. I imagine in the summer.
多分夏が牡蠣が。
It'd be quite difficult to harvest in rural Canada in the winter.
Oh God,
they
yes.
get a lot of snow.
冬はほら、スノーがなんか、新潟県とか秋田県みたいにいっぱい積む。
So this is the type of thing if you buy maple syrup in a supermarket outside of Canada.
これがね、カナダ以外の外国で一番アベイラブルな、タイプ、ミドルですね。真ん中の、what is it called?
This one's amber.
Amber.
So this is the kind of middle ground.
琥珀色の。
It's not the sweetest, but it's also not the strongest maple flavor because that's found in the dark one.
これはね、そこまで甘くないけど、また一番その味覚が強いものでもない、ちょっと真ん中のやつ。
So for most of you who have tried maple syrup or like maple syrup, this will be the one that you are used to the flavor of. So you
多分ね、
might be
日本
quite
国とか
familiar with
イ
that.
ングランドとかでメープルシロップをトライした人は、多分これがこの種類だそうだろうということで。
I was told while I was there that they only make around 1 million gallons a year.
ね、
Is
100 万
not that much.
ガロン作ってるそうですね。だからあんまり量は取れないみたい。
It's not that much considering the population of Canada's 40 million.
Hence, it's quite expensive.
It's quite expensive.
だから高いんだろうね。
Even over there, it's quite expensive. Even
カナダでもやっぱりちょっ
a little
と
bottle
高
like
め
this.
のお品だそうです。じゃあこれトライね。We will try this. これをトライしましょう。真ん中のミドルは。I think it's more palatable than the
It's
first
a much more
one.
familiar flavor, isn't it?
And it's not sickly sweet.
Yeah.
ね、甘すぎなくてちょうどいい。
So that's the type of thing that if you buy maple syrup in this country, then
or maybe
it'll be
even
that.
in Japan or France
I
or
would have
wherever
thought so,
they
yeah.
export it.
Yeah. I think that one's they get more of that one out of a harvest.
これがね、一番ね、ハーベストの時期のね、収穫時期のね、量が一番取れる量だそうです。だから多分外国に輸出されるのもこれだろうということで。
So this one is the darker one, or the dark one is what it's called. This is the type of maple syrup that you would ideally use to cook with.
Really cook with. これがね、一番ね、ダークなあれなんだけど、色なんだけど、これが一番ね、理想的なね、料理用だそうです。To cook as in cook meat or something, or make cake.
Well, either sweet or savory, whatever.
辛いものでもね、甘いものでもね、この、なんていうの、こう、甘みを入れるときにこれが一番理想的だそうです。
But obviously outside of Canada, the most common one you'll get is amber.
これはね、なかなか入手不可能だそうです。カナダ 以外の土地ではところ
If we were cooking with maple syrup in this country, we probably
多分
wouldn't
こ
have
れ、
much choice.
どこでも多分これを使っているだろう。
But this one is, I'm told, ideal for cooking.
というふうにね、説明
But
があ
it's
った。
quite a strong flavour.
いや、じゃあ頼みます。で、試してみます。このめったに手に入らない。Wow, this is
I think that one's really nice.
This is like a caramel, burnt caramel.
It is, yeah.
It'd be nice for custard.
Yeah, exactly.
これね、なんかほら、ちょっと焦げたカラメルの、ほら、プリンとかに入れてあるカラメルのちょっと高級品の味がする。アップマーケットキャラメル。
It is, yeah.
It'd be nice to make a cocktail.
Yeah, I thought that actually would be a really nice mixer.
すごいと思う。
I thought that when I was trying it over there.
And then which is your favorite? Mine's the last one.
I really like the last one. I really like the last one. I did when I was over there. You can really taste the difference between the other two because they're quite. So golden and amber are quite similar.
Yeah, quite familiar.
It's just about the level of sugar is the difference between them. But this
is a quite rare.
Yeah, exactly. It's a much more. It even says robust flavor on the back.
So
of it,
is this more expensive than the other one? これが一番
I
高いですよね。
think given I bought them in Canada, they were all the same. But even for a small bottle, it was about $14-15 a bottle, which is about £7.
14ドル、カナダドルだそうです。3 of them?
No, each.
なんか一本ずつがね、こんな小さいのにね、だいたいカナダドルで14ドルだそうです。
I don't know what that translates to in yen.
I have no idea. Yen's really low now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's probably quite a lot of yen.
高くなっちゃうと思う。
Quite a lot of yen, I imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I went on my way to Niagara Falls. The tour stops off in a maple syrup and chocolate factory.
Oh, really?
So,
a chocolate as well? Are they in the same place?
Yeah.
Oh,
so they make
チョコレート工場とね、メープルシロップ工場、同じところだったそうです。
So they make chocolate with the dark one.
ナイアガラの滝に行った時にそこにちょっと寄って、これ購入して見学したと。
It's a really interesting little place. They also make a maple syrup beer, which you will have seen from my video.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really nice.
甘い, sweet.
It was quite sweet. It was
like a honey beer.
It was a lager, but it tasted a bit like, you know how Pilsner can be quite fruity in taste, a little bit more so than a lager.
Okay.
It was like that, but it was really
I used
sweet.
to like this Warrington lager called Waggle Dance.
Yeah.
It had a honey in it.
Yeah,
It's
really sweet. It was nice.
So
I didn't think it would be, because I do find maple syrup quite sickly, especially when you have it by itself like this, which you're not meant to
It's like
do.
a golden syrup to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
あのね、メープルシロップで作ったね、ラーガーがね、ビールがあってね、美味しかったって案外。
Well, in this country, if you were cooking, you would probably use golden syrup rather than trying to source a darker version of maple.
そうなんですよね。ゴールデンシロップといってね、焦がしたお砂糖のね、シロップがあるんですよ。なんか水飴みたいな。それはね、安価でね、ここの国でね、販売されているからね。メープルシロップやっぱ高いね。輸入されてるからね。Because we have to import them from Canada. It costs a bit. So hence the people tend to use just the sugar product of
It's much easier to source and it's a lot cheaper. But obviously in Canada,
they tend to use.
You don't get golden syrup at all. They don't use it at all.
Because they have this. カナダではね、だからそのね、メープルシロップがあるからね、そういう他のは使わなくて、これだそうです。でも高そうだよね。But sounds quite expensive.
It is expensive. Well, they don't make that much. A lot of the maple tree is a protected species in Canada. It's like the national tree. So
カナダはね、メープルのね、木はね、なんか国の木だからね、なんか守られているそうでね、あんまりなんかそう伐採とかができないみたいな話ですよ。
Would be like
What is our national tree? I don't think we have a national flower. It's rose, but
yeah.
ね、うちはね、我が国はですね、あれバラがね、国の花なんですけどね、木はないね。We don't have a tree.
We don't have a tree. It would probably be an oak or something, wouldn't it? I don't know. I'm sure there is an English national tree.
There may be. あるかどうかわかんないんですよ。まあ、話聞かないからね。We never hear it.
No.
そういうことでね。
While we're here, I have got you a little something else from my travels away.
お土産いただいちゃったよ。
There you go.
これ何？フリッジマグネット？
It is.
フリッジマグネットまだね、持ってきてくれるんですよ。毎度毎度。あら。これ見て。フリッジマグネットで、ね。
It'll probably be backwards to everybody
あ、
else.
そうか。
So let me see if I can turn the camera around.
ないよ。
There we go. From my travels away. For those of you who have never been, it is absolutely worth the visit. It's fantastic.
I think for Japanese viewers, they tend to go to Vancouver because it's close.
Yeah.
Don't it's a bit long way.
The
European visitors.
Yeah, the Canadians are very keen to remind you whilst you're there that the Canadian part of the falls is bigger and more beautiful than the American part of the falls, which I thought was quite funny. And they're right as well, it is a lot better.
カナダの人はね、これナイアガラの滝のあれなんですけど、フリッジマグネットなんですけど、カナダ側から見た方が美しくて、カナダ側の方が広い大きな面積だそうです。これなんか日本国の富士山のね、見方で、静岡県の人と山梨県の人がアーギューするのとね、口論するのと似てますね。I'm just saying, in Japan, Mount Fuji is in between Yamanashi Prefecture and Shizuoka Prefecture facing the Pacific Ocean. They have a same argument.
Yeah.
Mount Fuji looks better from Yamanashi Prefecture. Oh no, it's from Shizuoka side.
I mean, even from the American side, you can get a boat to see the Canada bit. But
oh really? So hence, for that reason, Mount Fuji doesn't belong to either.
Yeah,
prefecture.
you get
it's
a better.
On its own.
You get a better view.
Niagara Falls belongs to one side belongs to USA.
You get a better view from the Canadian side for sure. But I was told that actually, I think in the 60s.
Did you go to American side?
No. I could have done. In the 60s, the Americans had the opportunity to claim the land with all of the whole thing.
1960年代はね、アメリカはね、もう全体のね、ナイアガラの滝をね、クレームできたそうです。だけど、but
yeah, they turned it down. They said no, you can keep it. So
でね、アメリカ側はいらないと言い始めたので、じゃあ今と違いますね。It's completely opposite from what it is now.
The Canadian government. Yeah, I know exactly. The Canadian government don't make any money from the revenue at Niagara. It stays within the city of Niagara.
Oh, so
which is controlled by I'm not sure if I'm
There's a city called City of Niagara.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but the city of Niagara is controlled by the Canadian version of the mafia. So that's where all the money stays.
そうなの。なんかね、ナイアガラ市という市があって、だからトロント市にはついてなくて、カナダ政府もコントロールしてなくて、なんかね、言っちゃいけないっていうかね、暗黙の了解なんだけど、カナダのなんかマフィア組織みたいのがコントロールしてるんです。
There's
semi-independent.
There's 5 hotel casinos in the city overlooking the falls, and they're all run by the same people. Yeah.
5つね、なんかホテルがナイアガラの滝を見渡すように作ってあって、それは同じなんかヤクザ組織みたいのが経営してるそうです。知らなかった。I never knew that.
It's really interesting.
そうか。
I've now seen 2 of the modern natural wonders of the world this month in Mount Vesuvius and
ほんまや。このカナダに行く前の1月前くらいにイタリアのナポリに行ってあったので、その時はベスビオス、ポンペイの遺跡になったところの火山、これもなんか七不思議っていうかの一つなんですよ。で、このナイアガラの滝も七不思議の一つなので、7つのうち2つ見ちゃって、あと5つ。You've got 5 more left.
5 more left, yeah. I'm not sure. I think that I would say they're both as beautiful as each other. Vesuvius was the most beautiful part of the world that I've seen, but now I've been to Niagara after. I think they're pretty much.
そう、だからイタリア行った時はね、ベソビオス火山は、本当こんな世界でこんな美しいところはないと思ったけど、今回ほら、ナイアガラの滝に行ったので、一番ではなくて、両方素晴らしいと言ってあります。So what are the rest of the five wonders?
I don't know actually. I'll have to research them. I imagine Angel Falls in Africa is one of them.
Oh, is there another like waterfall?
Angel Falls.
Is it in Zimbabwe or something?
I forget where it is. Grand Canyon must be one of them.
Oh, the Grand Canyon とかね、あとね、天使の滝、
Mount Everest, I imagine, is probably one of them.
エベレストもなんか。
Everest, Kilimanjaro.
That's Kenya. ケニアのね、なんかエベレスト、なんだね、キリマンジャロも多分世界なの。マウント富士は
I don't know actually. It should be.
Yeah, like I think it is now UNESCO's site.
I'll Google it, but maybe that's where my next trip is.
Or people who know these things, just leave a comment.
Yeah, let us know. Hopefully we might get some Canadian followers.
Yes, Canadian people do, because we're going to hashtag Canada Niagara for maple syrup. So please.
I was very, very impressed by Canada, and I would quite happily go back.
Yes, it is our fellow. We share the king.
We're friends with the Canadian. Yeah, I didn't even think about it, but their money still has the Queen on it.
Oh, it will
change at some point. They have people of Canadian history of note as well, but the monarch is obviously the same, which was strange to see a dollar with the Queen on it.
Maybe the same in Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
Any realm. ということでね、もう外国いっぱい行っててね、and then you planning to go to Balkans as well.
Well, we both are, technically.
いや、そう、私もね、バルカン半島に行くんですよ、我が家族。だから、チャー君はね、なんかご両親がね、バルカン半島に、我らが帰る頃に行ってはるみたいなんで、我らがいている間に、チャー君、我らがいているクロアチアの町に来て、で、その後、ご両親がいてはる北マセドニア共和国に行こうかなとは言ってるけど。
We'll see. I don't know. We may be there at the same time. I don't have confirmed dates yet.
No, なんかわかんないんですけど。Your parents are gonna be in Northern Macedonia.
In the Greek part of Macedonia.
ノースマセドニアじゃなくて、北マセドニアじゃなくてね、ギリシャ共和国の中のマセドニアに行かれるみたい。
The mainland bit of Greece, but that's later on.
マセドニアって3つあるみたいなんですよ。その北マセドニア共和国、あとギリシャの中にあるマセドニア、あとトルコにもある。トルキエ。
What about it?
Macedonia. So there are 3 parts of Macedonia. That's why they had to call.
I don't think it's Turkish. I think it's something else.
Montenegro or Albania.
It's something like. I mean, that part of the world is very.
3つなんかマセドニアがあるから、だからね、マセドニアはマセドニア共和国と呼ばれなくて、北マセドニア共和国っていうのは読んだことがある。
That part of the world's very divided across different modern borders. But,
yeah, like Basque country is partially in France and partially in Spain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm definitely going to Germany, to Cologne and Berlin in August.
Here.
And then,
一人でね、ケルンとね、ベルリンに行くそうです。
And then I'll be traveling south to somewhere in the Balkans. I don't know yet. I'm gonna try and.
South of Germany.
I'm gonna try and do. I think I'm gonna fly from Berlin to Budapest.
Oh.
And then it's quite easy to get to.
ハンガリーのね、ブダペストにね、ベルリンからね、飛行機で行こうかな。で、そこからバルカン半島のスロベニアとか。
And from over the border from Budapest is Serbia and Slovenia. It's not that far away, so I'll probably do that.
But Zara, Joe, and Theodora from where we're going to stay in Croatia, they're now not coming home with us in London, but they are catching a coach to Montenegro, I think. It's only
Montenegro is beautiful.
Yeah, theコトールっていうね、街があるんですよ。なんかこう、湾岸の街がね。このモンテネグロにそことても綺麗でも
It's quite a cheap part of the world as well.
It is. You can stay in a 5 スターホテルにね、ここのね、3スターホテルの値段と同じね。
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but we are staying in the Airbnb.
I did in Toronto. It was pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
They can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes, but thankfully the guy that I stayed with was really good.
大家さんとてもいい人だってね、なんか観光にも連れてってくれたとか言って。で、なんかね、ギャラリーのアーティストの人でモロッコ系の人とね、知り合いになってね、なんかパブかどうかで。それはその大家さんの知り合いだったって、とても世間が狭い。Small world.
Yes.
Yeah. Just talking about the Moroccan artist.
Some friends,
yeah. Yeah, you are landlords.
Another reason for me to go back, which is nice.
お友達ができたからね、またトロント行きたいなと言ってあります。So, but I met the Englishman and his Canadian wife. They live in Valencia, city of Valencia in Spain. She said Canada winter is so cold.
I haven't tried it in winter yet.
But it's a nice place. My mom still lives there.
Yeah, I was speaking to a girl there who's from London, but she lives there.
Canada?
Apparently, because it's a Commonwealth nation, it's really easy to move there as a Brit. So
yeah,
maybe I'll do that one day.
I think in a funny way, Canada for British people are slightly like an underrated country.
I think so.
People tend to go to Australia because of sun. そうなんですよね。ほら、同じ英国連邦のブリティッシュコモンウェルスって言うんですけど、英国連邦の加盟国でしょ、カナダ。でもね、我が国からね、英国連邦の加盟国に移民していく先はね、オーストラリアがね、一番多いんですよ。やっぱり、ここの国もちょっと冷えるので、あったかいところがいいみたいで、カナダここより寒い。カナダ must be colder than here.
It's cold. It's certainly a lot colder in the winter, but it's hotter in the summer.
I'd rather go to Canada than to live in Canada than Australia.
It's hotter in the summer than here.
The reason being is you think I'm going to typical of them because I find it very hard to sing Christmas carols in summer.
Okay, that's your only reason.
I find it very strange. I can't say that the midwinter in like dazzling sunshine on the beach.
I think Australia has more positives than negatives in that sense.
Oh, right, okay. 私はね、なんでね、オーストラリアも行きたい、そこでね、一生住みたいと思わないのね。だって、クリスマスが夏じゃないですか。そんななんか雪が降るようなクリスマスキャロルとか歌えないよ。
I think if I were to live in Australia, I would probably get over that quite quickly.
僕はね、それはもう乗り越えますよってそういうの。I
wouldn't mind Australia either.
New Zealand is alright because the South Island sound looks a bit cold all the time. そういうことでね、またもう今年はいっぱい旅行してあるんですよ。This year he's been to so many different countries.
I have, and more to come.
Indeed. So where have you been so far?
This year I have been to France, Ireland, Italy and Canada and Scotland.
Oh yeah,
if that counts.
Well, yeah, but they have their own parliament. But anyway, でね、ドイツ、Germany, and then where else? Yeah, ドイツ、でね、ハンガリーとかね、あと昔のユーゴスラビアの諸国。
Then I'm planning to do Spain and Portugal towards the end of the year as well.
What, December time?
November, December.
いいと思う。でね、暮れにはね、スペインとかポルトガルにも行こうかなって言ってあるから、もうすごいね。That's amazing. Like a jet set. Well, a lot of them are trains and buses and things.
Yeah, exactly.
そうなんです。ジェットセットに聞こえるけど、でもほぼね、鉄道とかね、バス、コーチへ使っていくと思う。
Yeah, exactly.
でもいいよね。そういうことです。では皆様、チャー君お帰りです。チャー君 is back now.
So back briefly. We're not here next week though.
そうなんですね。私ね、コッツワルドに行くんですよ。知り合いのところに。で、チャー君はね、いてるんだよね。You are back, but I won't be here.
Yeah, exactly.
チャー君ちょっとお友達のところに。
Today's been a long one, so it's good to be back.
よかったです。
This will cover this weekend next week.
一緒です。離れません。We are not inseparable.
No, exactly.
ということでね、皆様、これ、もう聞いちゃったよ。
They're in the bag. Put them back in the bag.
これ、こういう3種類だけど2つ。OK。 じゃあ、皆さん、カナダ
Thank
に
you, Canada.
Yes, カナダにね、行かれた折は、どうぞ、トロントとか。Can you go to this sort of place in like West Coast as well? Because for Japanese viewers, they're less likely to get
I don't know.
as far as Toronto.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can get maple syrup anywhere in Canada.
多分バンクーバー側でもあると思いますよ、でメープルは。まあ、とにかく、世界のどこにいてでも、wherever you are in this world, if you try Canada, do try maple syrup.
Absolutely.
It's delicious. And especially dark one, that hard で。特にダークが、よその国では入手がほぼ不可能なんで。
There's quite a big Japanese population in Toronto, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Well, you will have seen the Japanese food that
Vancouver
I have.
side has.
I'm sure it has more.
Japanese Canadian people whose people emigrated there like 150 years ago, so they still speak Japanese.
Yeah, but there's loads of Japanese
maybe
restaurants.
Because of the Toyota.
I don't really
so
know.
they are real Japanese people.
I don't know, but
Toyota がほらね、トロントにあるんですよね。だから確か本物のカナダ系、ジャパニーズ系カナダ人じゃなくて。ジャパニーズのなんか商社マンとかそういう人が住んでるみたいで、和食屋さんがいっぱいあったって、ジャパニーズレストランいっぱいあったって言ってる。
The Japanese food in Toronto was absolutely fantastic.
If they're catering particularly for the Japanese business people from Japan,
really nice. Really nice.
美味しかったって、私のジャパニーズ料理よりも美味しかったって。How dare you? Did you understand now?
Well, I posted about one of them and I put that it's nearly as good as your cooking.
なんかちょっとね、こう波長を変えてね、私のと同じほど美味しかったっていうことです。
On that note, time for dinner?
Yeah, that's right. ということでね、皆様ごきげんようってもう一回チャオチャオ、また会いましょう。